All right, there we go. Awesome, guys. So, welcome to another Motivational Mondays. We're going to kick ass this week. Today's topic, I'm super excited to talk about. Um, I call it Shut the FUD Up. Really, when I talk about FUD, that means fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And these are very common things that every person will go through throughout their life, especially when they're starting something new, especially when they're investing, especially when they're starting a business. And if you're just starting out, or even if you've already been investing or working on your business, I think this is a very important topic to go over because I feel like every level of business or new challenge in life, this will come in. And I wanted to go over how these three things are killing your confidence in your business, why it's stopping you from being able to move forward, and then obviously how we could be able to take that negative thought process and energy and be able to use that to fuel towards our goals and just be able to overcome that barrier. So, how to shut the FUD up in navigating FUD. So, what we're going to kind of go over is, what is FUD, why it sucks, and how to shut the FUD up and just be able to get after it. So, as far as FUD, right, stands for fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Like I said, everyone gets this anytime they start something new. It's a very natural feeling. Like I said, if you're new to investing in yourself, real estate, your business, you're probably feeling this right now, right? The constant thought of like, oh shit, what if this fails? Am I good enough? This isn't going to work type of chatter in your head. And trust me, I've been there and I still get it from time to time, right? It's very natural. Your brain is going to get uncomfortable trying new things. But if you don't like your current state, then a new life is found on the other side of being uncomfortable. So you have to step out of that comfortability zone and know those natural feelings of FUD are gonna arise because you're pushing that comfort zone. So we're gonna talk about practical ways on how you can shut the FUD up so you can crush it with your personal life and business goals. But first I want to talk about why it sucks and how it's holding us all back. So, you know, honestly, any type of negative thought like fear, uncertainty, and doubt, is holding you back because like if you're not talking to yourself like, oh, you can do this, then of course you're not going to be able to perform at the peak level that you should be able to. So whether you haven't started investing in yourself or if you already have a business and you're still getting that nagging feeling of FUD, it's limiting you to go all in, right? I mean, if you think about it, like if you got a kid and one parent's telling them, hey, yeah, you could do it, or another parent that's saying you suck, like who do you think's gonna do a better job, right? And for us, we have to be that encouraging parent, your best cheerleader for yourself, and not sabotage ourselves from the very beginning. So I think something that's important is if you don't have a game plan on how to make it shut the FUD up, then the thoughts of FUD will eventually become a self-fulfilling prophecy. And you'll fail anyways because you weren't giving it your all and you never took action with the full 100% conviction going into something, right? The way you think affects your words affect your actions, and your actions affect your habits become your destiny, right? So it all starts with how you're talking to yourself, how you're thinking, right? So your habits become your destiny, and that all starts from the thoughts and words you tell yourself. So if you're gonna do something, you already know this negative perspective isn't going to help you. So how do we reframe our scenario to actually help us achieve what we want? So let's get into it. So how to actually shut the FUD up, right? So this is kind of the top things that I would say will kind of help shift your mindset into that. So to show you how I've overcame, examples of FUD and how you can too, let me give you guys just a couple of examples and own stories in my own personal life. And as you listen, if you could spot any of these action items like goal setting, delayed gratification, consistency, journaling, meditating, calculating risk versus high reward, then I feel like it'll all be able to come into play, right? I already know most of you guys won't do these simple action items, but this is for those who are serious. This isn't an overnight thing, and it does take practice. Some of this stuff looks very basic and like, very easy, but it is a practice, right? And but I promise you, once you guys do implement these action items, I promise you guys will start seeing each other really boost that confidence because you're not having that nagging negative chatter in the back of your head. But right, as far as ways to being able to eliminate that fear, uncertainty, and doubt, you know, if you have a goal and you have negative chatter and you're only focused on the goal, then you're blocking out that negative FUD, right? If you're able to have delayed gratification and still work towards something, even though you don't have the results for it, you shut the FUD up. If you're staying consistent on something, shut the FUD up, right? If you're being able to journal and reflect on the things that matter to you versus the negative, you'll be able to shut the FUD up. If you're meditating, shut the FUD up. Understanding the risk versus high reward. So let me go into story number one. So, for example, when I first started in Airbnb, I was scared shitless, right? I knew my dream was to get into real estate so I could provide for myself and my family and have properties around the US so I could take my friends and family to. So for me, my why was strong enough to just say, fuck it, let's do it, right? The program that I bought into, it was like 10K for coaching to learn how. It took me months of not seeing any tangible results to just get my first deal. Then even when I got that first deal, I still kept telling myself, this won't work. I should turn back now while I'm ahead. At this point, I already spent an additional 6K on furniture, so I'm 16K in, right? But I kept going and kept telling myself, I would rather fail and lose the money and learn some lessons on the way than wonder for the rest of my life, right? If I could have ever had made it. And fast forward to now, I had 7 Airbnbs. I sold that portfolio off, made an exit, sold the company, and that opened up doors to new opportunities to invest in fix and flips, and now start my own coaching program where I help other investors and business owners get over 50, 100, 200, 300K and 0% business credit. So by me shutting out that FUD, having that set goal, being okay to have delayed gratification, consistency, and the whole time I was journaling and meditating because I had to talk to myself nicely and hype myself up because these negative feelings kept coming back and I couldn't let it win. So journaling and meditating really helped, and being able to calculate that risk and high rewards. So let me give you guys just one more example to really kind of set it home, but I hope you guys are able to see these different qualities going into that story. But story number 2, so, I had a student, Anton, right? When I first started my coaching program, and, Anton, he was filled with tons of FUD, right? For him, he had already spent, high ticket for a different funding program that wasn't really helpful. And it honestly wasn't helpful at all because it's funny. I actually ended up, that was the same program he invested in, I invested in years ago, and it was shit, right? But like I said, he already invested high ticket into a different coaching program. It wasn't helpful. So he was already concerned about investing in a new coach, right? If he had a bad taste in his mouth with the other guy, what makes me any different, and why would he want to spend even more money, right? But after kind of talking to him, his goal was to have more financial freedom and work for himself and invest more, right? And we knew funding was going to be the way to help him get to that. So boom, now we know what he wants and we set a goal, right? So we figure out his why. Why was he investing? Why did he want to put more on his plate and learn these skills? So, I told him to make this a no-brainer offer, least risky as possible for you. This program comes with a guarantee, right? So he had nothing to lose because at the end of the day, he's going to get what he wants because it comes with a guarantee. And boom, That's us calculating the risk versus reward. I gave him very realistic expectations on timelines to get the results. Typically for me, when I know somebody's going to get results, I typically, my motto is, um, under promise over deliver. If I think, I always tell people, we'll get you 50K, but like I'm teaching people the same exact strategy I used to get 300K. So that way, when people come in expecting 50, but we get 100, 200, whatever, they're even more excited. When I give them timelines, if I think it's going to take a month, I tell people 60 days or even 90 days, just so I know we could beat that timeline. And that builds trust, right? Um, so like I said, I like to give people, you know, realistic expectations to where we know we could beat those timelines, those results. And, that made him feel safe. So honestly, really all he would just have to do to be able to get those results is have to continue the course and follow instructions. And we were able to under promise and over deliver. And we got him results literally within the first couple of weeks with getting funding. And now he has over 100K in 0% interest funding. And he's invested in his first fix and flip, has started another business. And he was only able to get that because he set that goal. He knew it wasn't an overnight success type of thing, and he would have to put in work day in and day out until he got those results. But he had somebody like me, a coach, to be able to walk him through and make it as simple as possible. So kind of going through that story, like, we saw that we set a goal, he was being consistent with the work, you know, the results didn't come, tomorrow, but after doing a little bit of work for a couple weeks, the delayed gratification got him those results. Not really sure if he journaled or meditated, but it would have helped if you're going through that FUD. And again, we calculated risk and high reward. So kind of going through each of these, right? With goal setting, when shit gets hard, you have to remind yourself what all that pain is for, right? For me, again, something I hope that might be able to help you guys. This mantra helps me out every time is I'd rather lose money now. And this is what I tell myself. I'd rather lose money and know I failed than live the rest of my life wondering if I could have ever made this work. Obviously, don't put your life savings on the line or do anything like super dangerous, but that's something has helped me out. Delayed gratification. No results are going to take time. A farmer plants seeds and waters it every day and doesn't get to harvest the fruits of their labor until like 6 months later. So, but the fruit is always sweeter on the other side. So that's a little metaphor I like to visualize when it comes to delayed gratification. As far as consistency, keep going. Even if you don't see the results, don't focus on celebrating the results, focus on celebrating action, right? Results follow action. And if you stick with something long enough, it will come. You have to be okay with taking hits. You only fail if you give up. So you can't lose if you don't give up. So keep fucking going. Excuse me. Journaling, right? This is very powerful. I'm going to do another live diving specifically more just into journaling, but reflect and write down your wins for actions and results. Talk to yourself nicely. Nobody's going to be your best cheerleader but you. And you have to be methodical with this. This is your place to be able to hype yourself up, celebrate, and give yourself game plans. Next thing is meditating, right? Take 2 minutes out. This is something I do. I take at least 2 minutes out of my day to sit with myself and remind myself of my why, like my goal setting and any wins that I have, something that I could be proud of. Mantra. You fucking got this. And you have to be able to sit with yourself and be able to talk to yourself like that. Last thing, again, calculating high risk and reward. Obviously don't just throw caution to the wind. Do your due diligence before jumping into something. But know the difference between analysis and analysis paralysis, and just calculating risk and reward. At the end of the day, like, you'll never, no one can tell the future, right? You'll never know 100% if something's going to work out, but the only thing you have in control is yourself. So if you know yourself that you won't let yourself lose, you know, You have the funding to be able to start a business. You have the funding to be able to invest in other coaches to be able to help take you from point A to point B with minimizing those mistakes. You have the network, the experience, or you're willing to put in the time and effort. Then that should give you the confidence that, there's not that much risk. There's a lot of reward because you're confident in yourself. As long as what the decision you're going to be making isn't going to kill you and it's not going to cripple you financially and has an incredible potential payout that will change your life, then fucking go for it, right? For example, like if you're going to go invest like 100K into something and you've never even done it, probably it's very high risk. Probably has a lot of reward too, but that's very high risk. I wouldn't do it. But if somebody's charging you like 5K, 10K or something for a coaching program, and the reward from that could potentially help you make, 50K, 100K, 200K off that investment, then fucking go for it. Honestly, 5K, 10K, it's obviously not pocket change, but if the potential reward is worth it, like, 5K, if let's just say, for example, you lost 5K, yeah, that would suck. But I mean, realistically, does that mean you wouldn't be able to eat for the next couple months? Probably not. It just means you might have to, budget a little bit more. But that's just kind of an example. But I hope that helps you guys out. But that's basically it. Thank you guys for lending me your eyes, your ears, your attention as usual. I really appreciate it. I hope some of this resonated with you guys and will be able to help you guys be able to move forward in your guys' journey. And yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it. Just a little bit about me. Love being able to provide value. Obviously, this is a funding Facebook group, but I'm going to keep dropping more knowledge bombs. That's every Wednesday, Value Bomb Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Want to see you guys there. But if you guys are ready to take your investing to the next level and get funds and manifest it immediately, then comment the word ready and let's get after it. So if you're ready to get a minimum of 50K in 0% interest business credit funding to start and scale your real estate portfolio, DM me the word ready and let's have a chat to see if we can help you guys out. Or if you guys just have questions, still happy to help. This Facebook group is designed to help you guys get a step closer to the funding journey, give you guys the knowledge you need. But if you're ready to just go all in, then DM me the word ready and I'm super excited to connect with you guys. But that's basically it. Thank you guys for your time. Hope this was helpful. Again, let me know if you guys apply any of this. It makes me super happy to be able to know people are paying attention and using this to help change their lives and in their business. But that's basically it, guys. As usual, peace out. Much love. Stay beautiful. And I will see you guys in the next one. I'll see you guys on the Value Bomb Wednesday this week. Peace.